What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another NBA playoff edition with the OG crew. And big shout out, real quick, big shout out to B King's new member. Appreciate you becoming a member. And it'll be simple for you guys. We did cash a lot of those first round playoff series bets. We'll have some second round ones coming out for you guys after the show. But want to talk to my guys up here. I'm gonna go first to Dutchy, even though he has that ugly Broncos cap on. How you feeling today? How the NBA treating you?
Come on now, man. Come on now. All right, man. It's good, though. It's good to be here.
Where's the orange in that damn thing? Doesn't they have orange in their colors? That the Broncos were.
Yeah, orange is a little loud for me. I fuck with the orange, but I prefer more of the blue and the other colors. But we rock the orange a little bit, Bo Bonham, just not too much. We're trying to keep the shine off of us. But yeah, man, the NBA. It's been a good thing, man. It's been pretty solid, actually. Yesterday, I can't lie, that under fucking put me on tilt. It really did. I had the under 208 in the Knicks game. I don't even really bet unders. I just thought it was a clear under there. And I don't know. The Knicks were fouling like down 13 with it just didn't even make sense. I don't even know how the fuck that game went to that point. It should have been dribble, game over long before that. But, got right, though. Got right with the Sacramento first half and then jumped on the Warriors full game. And it was a beautiful motherfucking thing, So we forgot about the bullshit that happened earlier. But yeah, man, I'm excited. It's always good to break it down with you gentlemen. We see it through the rest of the week, and it seems to really help me out with the rest of the games. We've done quite well here, as my guy WAM would say. I don't think we've had a losing show, so we got to keep that motherfucking going. And yeah, man, the Nuggets. I like something tonight. This you say it's a Bronco hat, but it might be something different, bro. It's Denver, all right. It's Denver. So tonight, motherfucking Nugget hat. God damn it. And yeah, I'm a stallion. I'm a motherfucking stallion. But yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Today we brought the sesh back, Medicate Monday. Hopefully y'all check that out right there on Pub Sports Radio, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Feeling good, man. Feeling real good. I'm ready to get to the motherfucking bag with you gentlemen and all the real ones holding us down in the chat.
Yeah, it was cool to wake up, and start the morning off how we supposed to start the morning off, watching the sesh with my guy Dutch and Cab. So good for y'all to be back. Good to have you with us. And maybe that hat's not so bad after all today. Hey, but Bano, how you doing? How's the NBA been treating you?
That's when summer's on the way, when the sesh is back on Pub Sports Radio. So yeah, absolutely. Make sure you check that out. It's a great relaxation show. You just ease your stresses, ease your worries, and you relax and you enjoy yourself. That's what it is when you watch that show. But yeah, I mean, NBA's been solid, up and down yesterday because I had, the Knicks unfortunately went south on me in the second half. Yesterday, and I played a little in the first half. I wish I played all of it in the first half because although I did think they could finish that game and you could see it coming though, and I saw the way it started in the second half, I did jump on the Heat live, which was good because I didn't like the way it was going for the Knicks in the second half. And sure enough, Miami comes back. I think it was a missed opportunity for the Knicks coming off the Milwaukee upset. They had an opportunity on their home floor to really get out to a good start in the series. They played a very good first half, and really in the second half, their offense got clamped down, and all of a sudden, defensively, for as good as the Knicks were in that Cleveland series, it went away in the second half, and Miami was able to take advantage. Congrats, obviously, to the Golden State Warriors, showing why this team just finds a way in the playoffs, the experience, the pedigree. They beat Sacramento and really beat them up in the second half. I mean, the first half, it was close, and then it became the Kevon Looney show, and he just said, you know what? I'm tougher than you. I want it more than you. I've got more heart than you. I've got more hustle than you. And he just basically outwilled anybody on Sacramento. No one wanted a piece of that guy in the rebounding battle. On the glass. It was pretty embarrassing, actually, if you think of it, for Sacramento. I mean, they just got their ass handed to them on the offensive glass, and that's what absolutely destroyed them in that second half. Oh, and Steph Curry. He had a hand in it, too. Just another spectacular. I rate that yesterday as a top 5 playoff performance for Steph. He was that good. Like, he had the ball on a string. He did whatever he wanted with it. Layups through the legs, little up and down, pump fakes, step back threes, and he was hitting them. His percentage 3-point shooting yesterday was great. I mean, he had it humming for Golden State, and if he's going to score like that, you're not beating the Warriors. It's as simple as that. And he was just spectacular. Again, another Steph Curry masterpiece in the NBA playoffs. And that, by the way, now makes Golden State in series not including the NBA Finals. They're 19-0. 19 series wins, excluding the NBA Finals. They have never lost a first-round series. They have never lost a second-round series, and they have never lost a conference finals. So I'm sorry to break that news to Laker fans out there, but that's the facts. That going into that series, Golden State has not lost any playoff series except an NBA Finals with this current core. So congrats to them. And then I want to shout out Denver as well. And Skee, I know you were thinking along the same lines as me. Denver in the series, Denver in game one. It played out perfectly. I like the over in game one as well. That got there. A great performance and a reminder to the NBA, too, that Jamal Murray, my fellow Canadian, he can ball. And when he's healthy, he's a damn good player. What a game one he had.
Babano, whenever anybody from the North is having a good time in the NBA, Babano will let you know.
That's why it was funny that he didn't say shit about Dylan Brooks. That's why it was funny. Like kept that one under the hood. He kept that one tough.
We got the bad seed Canadian, and now we got the good one here in Jamal. Yeah.
Boy, Skee was grinny too when you just pumping up them Warriors, and then you had to bring it back to reality with the little Laker jab.
That's a great series, though, Dutch. That's a great series on paper.
I know. Yeah. What's Party Guy gonna do with that one, man?
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but
yeah, I'm intrigued to hear. I'm intrigued. Look at our guy Razor Sharp Picks showing love. Yeah,
hey, appreciate you, Razor. Hey, hit him. That's your job now, Wham Bam. You gotta hit him with the claps and the you know. Appreciate you, Razor.
Shout out to Razor. Shout out to Razor Sharp Picks.
Yeah.
Let's cash it.
Wham Bam?
Hey man, I'm feeling good, bro. We're feeling good. We started off doing it up yesterday with the first half with the Knicks. Luckily, we only took the first half, man. Well, I did have the I got my ass handed to me if we talk about the future that I put in because I had the Knicks to win the game one and win the series. Obviously, they didn't win game one, so it hurt me there. But luckily, I played a little hockey later on that night. You know what I'm saying? Hockey was hitting on the underdogs. Luckily, that was the case. But man, the NBA, we're gonna shake that shit off. Get right back to it today, and I'm feeling good, man. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Like you said, Dutch, we haven't had a bad show yet, and we ain't starting today. So, shout out to my guy Razor giving us that dono love, and everybody else: Darren Turner, AOD, Ricky, Bobby, G Martinez, S. Warrior, and the thing that my boy Babano did say, he said that they haven't lost. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these ones that they did lose, it was with LeBron because it was on the other side of the coast. Now he gets to play them inside the conference. It's gonna be a different game series, I think, than the historic Warriors and all that stuff. So shout out to my boy Skee, because I know you're on my side. Shout out to my boy Skee. He did the right thing this time. And I should have did the right thing yesterday, though. That's why I'm gonna shout out to my boy Skee too. He caught that shit for Golden State. I love all the Warrior love that he's getting right now because he ain't getting no more after this round. So let my boy get all the love. Shout out to Steph Curry, one of the best point guards ever.
Yeah, hey, Steph Curry doing his thing. He put up a GOAT performance yesterday. Everybody had to lean on him. What did he shoot? 38 shots, and they got the job done. So absolutely masterful performance from him. Hey, man, if you want to be technical, you know.
Hey, I'm saying he's one of the greatest players ever. He ain't a point guard, though. He ain't a point guard.
You got to do some facilitation. He doesn't do much.
He's one hell of a two guard, though. Ain't he, boy, out there? That's 38 shots. That's AI point guard numbers.
That's why people say they don't automatically go to best point guard ever. They say best 3-point shooter, best long distance shooter ever. When they
he's
talk
one of the best players ever. Now I think he's proven that, but in my opinion, he's still not a traditional point guard.
Yeah.
38 times you shoot the motherfucking ball. Come on, man. I ain't a point guard.
Hey.
They're gonna push him in there. They're gonna push him in there.
He will be. I'm saying no. I'm glad he shot 38 times.
Clay showed up for one quarter. He got
don't let Clay shoot again, please. Goddamn it, that motherfucker. I said, stop passing the fucking ball to Clay. Like that motherfucker shoot like he don't miss.
The
Like,
game
you
flow
know,
played out and dictated he had to shoot that much. Clay showed up in one quarter. Poole gave you
yeah,
nothing.
Clay
There was
did
no
show
Poole
up,
party
but man,
yesterday.
was that a bad first half by his ass? Which I was thankful for
Man,
because I had the Kings first half. So I'm not cashing it if you don't have that first half. So
Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
thankful for Clay being ass early.
Hey, I'm thankful for the Warriors. They've been keeping me paid for a
Yeah,
minute
man,
now,
beautiful
so
thing by you.
I
Good
got
shit.
nothing but good things to say about them boys. Let's talk a little bit about today. 5:15, 5:16. We'll start there first. That'll be 76ers heading into Boston to take on the Celtics. This game opened up Boston -6.5, all the way up to 9.5 right now. I did see a 10, so a little bit of buyback down to 9.5. Um, I should have had some kind of injury report up, but I know Embiid was doubtful. I did see he participated at shoot around. I've seen him be doubtful plenty of times and still get out there. I've also seen the Sixers team play without Embiid and have success versus, competition. So I think either way, they'll be fine. I think Embiid matters more for the total. But I'll go to Wham Bam first on this one. Wham, how you feeling between Boston and Philly?
Very, very interesting game. Like you said, with the Embiid news, bro, we got to know what's going on with him. I think he probably would end up playing, but a lot of the stuff that Woj is saying on ESPN and Shams hasn't really said too much, but other than, you know, he has played. I mean, Shams talking all the historic things about how he has played through tears and through things and through injuries and things like that nature. They say it's a tear in his knee. Um, this is as furthest I think this is the best chance that they have to win a championship. I think you probably go out there and risk it all, whatever the case. But I think he actually misses this game because this is as an important game as I think game two is. Game two is probably a little bit more important for the 76ers. Game one, they could fill out, maybe just, play above their head and get in and make it competitive in this game. I think game two is the one that they really want to win. So maybe he sits that first game, gets a little bit chance to have a little bit more rest on that knee, then plays in that game two, then also plays when they come back to the Philly there and hopefully they just want to still win. As far as coming on the road, you just want to still win. The fact that this is a filler out game, I think that they have above the beyond chances to try to push it off. So I like the Sixers if Embiid is out. If he's in, I don't like the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? This is that simple because I think, like you said, bro, they're gonna play a little bit up for competition, of course. And then the Celtics always be on some bullshit. They 3-and-D type of play, just shooting threes and things of that nature. So they could possibly have a bag shooting game and let the 76ers play around and win this game or get close enough to cover this 10, 9.5, 10. But as far as the props that I like, and obviously these props have something to do with Embiid being out. So I'm looking into Maxey, obviously having 25 points. He's over 24 and a half. Obviously, Embiid is out. He's going to be one of those guys that step up for him when he is out. Embiid, over the last 6 times that happened, he went over 24 and a half, 4 out of those last 6 times. So I do like that look a lot because that was regular season. This is the playoffs. If he could do that in the regular season, I expect him to even have more effort in the playoffs. So that being said, I do like Harden to have 10 assists as well. He had 5 times that he's had 10 assists over the last 7 and be missing games. So I like James Harden to have 10 assists, Maxey to have 25 points. Obviously, both of those have something to do with Embiid being out, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit before I lock that one in. And I do like the 76ers if Embiid is out as well, so I'm thinking about hopping on them with the spread. And with that being said, as far as what I do like for the Celtics, because I like a lot of props in this game, and it's kind of like I might as well just wait for everything to bet everything at the same time. I do like Marcus Smart to have at least 2 to maybe 3 threes in this game. I think you have to make him a shooter if you are the 76ers. So they may slack off a little bit on guys like him. Maybe not Derek White, just probably like Marcus Smart, other guys that they just want him to shoot, stuff like that. So I don't think Grant Williams plays in this series either, as much as he didn't play in the last series. I don't think he plays in this series either. I think that there's going to be more distributing coming from Jalen, coming from Brogdon, and coming from Tatum in this series. So Marcus Smart may be a shooter in this game. I mean, in this series. So I think the threes is a good look. But again, nothing official yet because we don't know the news yet, bro.
All right, Wham Bam waiting on a lot of injury news, but liking a few different props there. I do like the Maxi look and Smart was over his 3-pointers, right? What was the number? 2.5?
Yeah, minus 1.5 and 2.5. He's went over the 1.5, 6 of the last 7 games. So it's a pretty trend look there for Marcus Smart. Plus, I think that the position that he's going to be in this game, they're going to allow him to shoot those threes. So I like him to at least get 2 for sure, 3. Like I'm betting it up to 3.
I got you. You laddering it up a little bit. Good stuff there, Wham Bam. I don't look at a lot of player props, or I haven't been looking at a lot of player props. So good stuff to give these guys some. Babano will probably have some player props as well. Are you waiting on the injury report to look at the side or total, or how are you approaching this game?
Yeah, for me, I'm staying totally away from the side. I think it's very tough. Boston is laying a bigger price than I'm comfortable with on them. And Philadelphia, first of all, does Embiid play? And second of all, they have not played. It seems like it was 2 years ago. The last time we saw the Philadelphia 76ers play a basketball game. That's how long ago that Brooklyn series ended. So who knows what we're going to get out of them? We're going to get rust, or we're going to get rest. If Embiid doesn't play, who's going to step up? I think I like Tobias Harris over points, especially if Joel Embiid does not go for Philadelphia tonight. That would definitely interest me. There are a bunch of Boston props that I like. You mentioned Wham, Marcus Smart over threes. I like his point prop over. He's kind of been trending that way. His offense has been coming to life a little bit. Certainly late in the Atlanta series, we saw him really start to rev it up, shooting the basketball. So I like him over his shot points prop tonight. Marcus Smart. Malcolm Brogdon's another one. He's gone over his points prop in 5 straight games here in the postseason for the Boston Celtics. People are sleeping on him in terms of shooting and shot making. Obviously facilitates, but Malcolm Brogdon's been making some shots and scoring in bunches lately for the Boston Celtics. So I like his point prop to go over 12.5 tonight in this one as well. I think Tatum assists is good. I think Jaylen Brown over points is another one to maybe look at, because I think Tatum, you're starting to see him maybe, I don't want to say take a back seat. He's always going to be a big contributor in this team and one of the focal points, but he doesn't mind passing off sometimes. He's not always the ball hog that's going to take 30, 40 shots a game. He'll defer to a Jaylen Brown, and I think we've been seeing more of that lately for the Celtics. So it's a good prop game for me. I think I like Harris as far as the Sixers are concerned, especially if Embiid's out. And then I like Smart over points, Brogdon over points, Jaylen Brown over points, and Jason Tatum over assists. That's the way I'm going about it.
All right, Babano with another plethora of props there for you guys. So for you, same game parlay kind of people, you're probably loving these breakdowns. I'm going to go ahead and find you multiple ways to make some money. Dutch, are you also looking at player props? Are you waiting for Embiid to be announced in? Or how are you approaching 76ers at the Celtics?
Nah, man, I ain't fucking with them player props, man. Shout out to Top Set. I see you, my dude. Hey, yo, D in the motherfucking building. Our guy Razor Sharp picks got the do damage spot here. He's looking under. I believe he's looking under early and motherfucking often. Good to see our guy. Yeah, man, I like the Celtics here. I think a little differently than what I've heard on this panel. It sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit so far. No, I don't understand all this love for the Sixers, man. But I understand. I actually really like the Tobias Harris prop though from our guy Bobano. That stood out to me when I was breaking down this game. But man, when I look at James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, I look like them motherfuckers just gonna get. They ain't stopping nobody, bro. They're absolutely stopping nobody. Joel Embiid is not gonna play. I believe he sits these 2 games. They're wrapping it up. These are 2 L's, bro. You handle business back at the crib. This is a 7-game series. Try to get your boy right. Take these 2 L's and get back home and try to and even the series out, because that's what it's going to be. I see this being somewhat of a series, just like the Suns in the game we'll talk about next here. So I like the Celtics. I bet them minus 5.5 first half. I don't believe Embiid plays this game or next game, as I mentioned. And really, the Celtics have had their way with these boys. They've won 3 out of 4 this year. The only game that and Embiid in the last 2 games they played, 52 and 41. So you're missing an awful fucking lot when Joel Embiid's out of the lineup. And they only beat the Celtics when JB, Mr. Brown, did not play. Other than that, the Celtics have had their way with them. They have covered in 5 straight basketball games against the Sixers. Covered 5 out of the last 6 at the house. They have covered 7 in a row straight versus winning basketball teams, and 8 out of the 10 overall covered 8 out of the last 10 overall. So in my opinion, I think the Celtics run them out at the gym, to be quite honest with you. I'm not big on laying big numbers like that, I seen 5.5 is a beautiful thing to me. I think Bobano touched on it. These boys ain't played, and it felt like in a fucking year. They haven't played 8 fucking basketball games. 8 days. So that's a significant amount of time to not play for the Celtics. Obviously, they played 6-game series, haven't played in 3 days. I look for the Celtics to be ready to rock and roll, and the Sixers to be a little bit lackadaisical, to be quite honest with you. I like that first quarter, but 3.5, I think they know if there's a -3.5 first quarter, they know the Celtics going to come out hot. So I took the first half, but I do expect them to run them out the gym. The Sixers are 4-10 against the number, last 14 in Beantown. And as I mentioned, that eight days off, I think we'll see the rust. And defensively, outside of PJ Tucker, really, bro, like I don't think Harden and Maxey have absolutely anything for these boys. Too big. They're going to attack the hole, do what they will. And then obviously not having Joel Embiid, they don't have to worry about being a little bit undersized down low with Horford and Mr. Robert Williams. So, yeah, it's Celtics business early and often. -5.5, first half. It's good money, man.
All right, Dutch. I didn't think you would like this game that much, but you finding some ways to make some money. You liking that Celtic side. Razor spot on the do damage towards the under. I was leaning that way just because I had a system that was, telling me to bet that way, saying that this total is a little bit lower than it should be for a reason. But I don't know. I feel a little bit nervous about it just because I know Boston at home could put up a hell of a lot of points. So I'm on the sideline as it stands right now. But if I did have to bet myself, it would be either the under right now or probably just stay off of the game. But good stuff by everybody all across the panel. A couple more comments in the chat. AOD likes Jaylen Brown over first quarter points. Says he's going to probably have 11. And Top Set also said he likes that under that Razor mentioned. So let's keep it going. Let's go over to 513, 514. Looking at Phoenix heading into Denver to take on the Nuggets once again, or staying in Denver rather, because they just played there. Open Nuggets -4.5, sitting at 4 pretty much everywhere. Total open 228.5. We're looking at 229. I'm gonna just go ahead and kick it straight back to you, Dutch. I see you got that hat on. Talk to me. What you liking in this game?
Yeah, man. As we talked about last Friday, I mean, I have the series played out in my head already, and it hasn't changed, to be quite honest with you. So it happened exactly like I figured it would in game one. Maybe even a little bit more. They put it on them, there for a minute. I believe they're up by 25 at a point in that game. The Suns did make a run. But yeah, man, I think this is simply Phoenix is starting this series when they're back home. When they're back home, they're gonna even this shit out. I think this series goes 7. I think the Nuggets. I see a lot of people liking the Suns early. I'm not mad at that. You want to get cute, go ahead. But I'm gonna stick with where I believe is gonna get me paid most definitely, and that's the Nuggets -4 full game. I believe. I still think Monty's got to figure out this bench a little bit. Maybe he's hiding a little bit. Maybe, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but please play Terrence Ross and TJ Warren. Please play these motherfuckers. But the Nuggets, are 4-0 ATS last 4 meetings. They went at the house by an average of 10 points per game. So I think they're just going to run them at the gym eventually. Eventually. They have 8-2 ATS last 10 versus a winning team. And there are fucking bet on at the crib, bro. I mean, we bet on the Denver Nuggets at the house. They're 38-7 at the house straight up this year. They've covered 28 out of 6 or 28, 16-1 against the number at the crib. And as a favorite, this is where we want them. It is obviously not necessarily asking them just to win a basketball game at 4, but it's damn near close to it. It's 48-19 straight up as a favorite. So I do believe Denver at the crib will handle business. On the other side of that, the Phoenix Suns as a dog straight up are 8-23 this year, 3-7 against the number, last 10 on the road, 1-6 ATS last 7 versus a team with a winning percentage above 60%, which we do have here in the Denver Nuggets. I believe the Nuggets will handle business at the house. This series starts back in Phoenix, like I believe the game we just talked about, the series we talked about prior. So I think the Suns win this game by about their average, what they do at the crib, by 10 points. Excuse me, the Nuggets. My bad. Yeah.
All right, good stuff there. And I'm liking a lot of what Dutch was saying. D. Finney as well says Denver to win the series. Suns have no bench to score enough. I agree. I got Denver plus 115 on the series. I will like them again tonight if I'm playing the side. Bobano, do you agree with the look on the side? Are you looking more towards the total in this one? We've seen it increase a little bit from the opener of last game. How you feeling?
I actually did play small the Phoenix side here, plus 4.5, but it's not something that I'm overly confident in. And keep in mind, I have Denver to win the series. I was on Denver in game one. I do think you're going to get a spirited, bounce back type of effort from the Suns. But the concerns with this team are, twofold. Well, they're a 500 road team. That's number one. They're playing a team that's been awesome at home, 38-7 straight up, 29-16 against the spread, which is spectacular. They couldn't do anything with Jokic and Murray in game one. Defensively, not good enough from the Phoenix Suns. And the person in the chat that mentioned that comment about the bench is spot on. Who the hell scares you offensively from that Phoenix Suns bench unit? Landry Shamet and his 3 points, Torrey Craig, Jock Landale, Damian Lee. I mean, Terrence Ross, where are we getting points from this group? We didn't get anything from them in game one. So there are concerns here with the Suns, but it feels like one of those nights where after, taking a punch in game one, you're going to have to ask a lot of Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul tonight in this game. And they're certainly talented enough to carry them forward. I think you will get a spirited effort. What I might do is, I did take Phoenix plus 4.5, maybe early in the game is better, but it does have that feel of a close series, a back and forth type of series, but I understand the trepidation and people wanting to maybe take Denver again, here in game two at home. I totally get it. They're an amazing home team, and Phoenix, obviously, defensive issues in game one, and then obviously no bench scoring in game one. I also like this game to go over the total again. I'm going to go right back to the well with the total in this game. Look, it got there in game one with Phoenix, in a blowout game, essentially. It turned into a 125-107 romp for the Nuggets. Denver sort of took their foot off the gas pedal late. They put the bench scrubs in there with the big lead. And yet that game still ended up going over the total. And, on the road, I just don't know if Phoenix is going to be able to match up well defensively with Denver. I really don't think they're going to be able to have a big-time answer right now for that with the way they played in game one of Jokic and Murray, who were outstanding in that game. And what it also gives me confidence from Denver is, Aaron Gordon had a huge game, 23 points, stepped up big. You got contributions from Bruce Brown and KCP, who had double figures. It was a team effort. Jokic and Murray was spectacular, but you got a bunch of different contributions. And to me, Phoenix hasn't been good defensively enough since they got Kevin Durant, where they're going to shut down all these options for the Denver Nuggets. And plus you look at the box score too. Game one still went over the total. It was 227.5, 232 total points scored. In spite of the fact that when you look at it, the way it played out, Phoenix only had 17 free throws. They didn't take a lot of threes. They couldn't hit any threes. So you've got to expect some kind of shooting regression to the positive for Phoenix tonight, that they're going to shoot the ball a little bit better. And plus, all I hear from both teams is we want to run and gun. We want to be teams that end up, playing in transition, getting our shot away before the half-court defense of the opposing team sets up. They both want to play that way. So I don't see this being a series where you're going to have either team walking the ball up the basketball court and looking to execute against the other team's set defense. I haven't seen Phoenix wanting to operate that way, and Denver certainly doesn't want to operate that way. And in fact, at home with that altitude and that elevation, they want to push the basketball even more in these kind of spots. So I like the over again here in game two. It's definitely my strongest stance on this game. I'm only lukewarm on the Suns plus the points. The bet I really like here is the over. And then as far as the player props are concerned here for this game, there's a bunch that I like here. I mean, I'm going to go right back to Jamal Murray. Now, you're always concerned that the regression is going to hit, and he has the kind of game he had in game one, and there's more defensive emphasis now in game two to take the ball out of Jamal Murray's hands. But I think he has a point to prove. I think he knows he's been undersold by the media narrative, the mainstream narrative going into this series. And I think he has a point to prove, and he had an incredible game one, and I think he's going to have a big game two. I like over 24.5 points here in this game with Jamal Murray here for Denver. On the Phoenix side of things, I think when you look at it, KD over points, because I think he's going to have a big night and respond with the team down 1-0. Devin Booker over assists has been a really good prop. Chris Paul over assists, because again, Chris Paul's not shooting the basketball, not when he's got KD and not when he's got Devin Booker, not when he's got all these other weapons. So those are where I'm looking as far as props go. Jamal over points, Nikola Jokic over assists. I like that prop quite a bit as well. He's not scared to facilitate. When he sees his right-hand man, Jamal Murray, playing as well as he did in game one, he's even more, I think, eager to give him the basketball. So I like Jokic assists over, Murray points over, and then on the Phoenix side, I'd go with Chris Paul over assists, Devin Booker over assists, and Kevin Durant over points. So that's where I'm looking at. I like the over, especially in this game.
Hey, but Bano pulling out the clip on this one. He got he like a little bit of
High
everything.
volume Bobano as usual. Yeah.
Yeah, go
Write it
ahead.
all
Hey,
down. Yeah.
shoot or shoot. Yeah, write it.
That's
Shoot or
right.
shoot. I'm all
That's
for
right.
it. You
Yep.
got a lot of edges. You go ahead and play them. So a lot of ways for you to get paid from Bobano in that game there. And I agree with you on the over. I do have a couple quotes that I'll read afterwards, but I want to hear what Wham Bam has to say about this one. You agreeing with the Denver side, Wham Bam? You thinking we're going to see fireworks? Will it be a lot of points? Or are you doing the usual killing the prop market?
I think it's money to be made in the prop market, like my guy Babeno said. I haven't locked in any action there yet, but I am looking towards KCP. Obviously, his threes cashed in the first half. Did it all in the second quarter, with just great, phenomenal back to back play there. Had 3 of 8, I believe. So he didn't really do too much after that second quarter. But it is what it is. But I think that he's probably going to be live there. But I agree with you what you just said with the. I think it's going to be fireworks, bro. Who's going to guard KD? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be able to guard KD. I know they have, better players too in Aaron Gordon. And you mentioned Babano. He was good on the offensive side, and he definitely took that assignment, try to take on Kevin Durant. The second guy that's coming off the bench is Uncle Jeff Green. Bro, come on, man. He's going to get barbecue cooked just like he was in practice and with OKC days. It's just what it is. So I don't know why they threw him out there, because he has familiarity, or like he's familiar with him or some shit. I don't know. But I just only thing I could think here is even though we have great play from Devin Booker, dropping 27 points, 10 of 9, 12 of 19. I'm sorry, 10 of 19, 12 of 19 for Kevin Durant with 29 points. You still know that those guys got to play a crazy amount of minutes. Look, they got blown out, and this boy Devin Booker still had 40 minutes. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, they got blown out, and they pulled the guys towards the end, and they still got crazy amount of minutes that they had to play. They have too much, the depth problems is going to be bizarre as fuck, because you're going to see guys like KCP, Bruce Brown, and, Jamal Murray. Those guys just probably play consistent, because the guard play sucks for the, besides Devin Booker, the defense, really don't have no defense on that, on the guard depth for the Suns. So, as much as you got to play Chris Paul out there for 30 minutes, that's the real cooked food right there. The fact that you don't have nobody at the defensive assignment, as much as Chris Paul has looked as a great point guard, all that good shit, he gonna be out there getting barbecue chicken on the other side every damn time. So I think Jamal Murray continue to have a great series, and it's gonna be a lot of points in this game. But I think that the Denver spot is just gonna be too hard to touch. So I'm right there with you, Dutch. I took the -4 with the Denver Nuggets, man. I just think that Jokic is going to have a crazy matchup against the layup boy. We all seen what he was doing. He treating this shit like a regular season game. He's sitting underneath. He layup boying in the damn. What are you doing on the out of bounds play, dog? Like, it's stuff like that that make me feel good, because I'm glad I said it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, bro, man, that is tough, bro. That's tough. So I think he's going to be like that throughout this damn series. I don't think they're going to win too many games. They are going to win one in Phoenix, but that's just to make it look good. It's going to go crazy, bro. I think KD, free Devin Booker, man. Shit, at this point, -4, man. That's what I took, the -4 Denver Nuggets, bro. I like the over too, because I think those boys are going to be able to score, because who's going to guard them? But it's just too much depth, too much stuff to Mac. And then look, Michael Porter Jr. still had a bad game. He didn't come out there as efficient as he could, or play a little bit better, because you got help, bro. Don't act like you got a big spotlight on you. You got Jokic, you got all these other players playing up. You just need to do a little bit. So Michael Porter Jr. is going to even have a better game today. So I like that over, and then I like the -4 as well. I locked in as official play for Denver.
All right, well, I'm going official with the -4 Talked about a lot of props in there that he could look for. Also leaning towards the over there. Um, there was a comment here. Oh, they're talking a lot about Durant having 0 assists in the chat and how he was talking about he wants to facilitate more in this game. So maybe you do look at Durant over. I think the number they put was 4.5 assists. Maybe he does look towards that. A couple quotes that I have for this game from the coaches, and I guess we'll start. I mean, one, I'll just go down the list. I'll start with Mike Malone, then I'll go to Monty Williams. But Mike Malone, when he's asked about the pace, he just says that's who we are. Huge point of emphasis coming into the season was to be an elite running team. He's pretty much saying that they ended the season averaging just under 17 fast break points per game. And after the first round, they're averaging pretty much just under 17 points per game. So no matter who we play, that's us. It's not just about Phoenix. We have to be true to ourselves. That's what he says. And then he goes on. He says, when you talk about their team and the minutes those guys are playing, we want to get out and run and attack. That's when we're at our best. We had 20 transition points ourselves tonight. We don't want to get caught just playing half-court basketball for 48 minutes. So I like everything he's saying there as far as the pace. And then on the other side from Monty Williams, he says we got to regroup and do a much better job of playing with pace on offense. I thought we slowed down tonight for whatever reason. He's pretty much saying we didn't play with the pace that we're used to, especially in the second quarter when they switched a bunch on us. Then he also talks about putting other guys in rotation. I think he was talking about Payne to create more pace and also just to give somebody else to help Booker handle the ball. And he just talked about things that they were struggling with on offense. And pretty much he said they weren't sharing the ball enough. It was way more shots off the dribble than they're used to. And he just said he thought we could do a lot better job of trusting the pocket. So if you see two guys going towards Booker or something like that, or KD, I think they'll dish it off to the pocket guy, and then they'll make a decision from there. And that should allow the offense to be a lot better for the Phoenix side. So everything to me, sounds like up tempo and points. I'm just going to play it in the first half. The number I got was 110.5, and that's how I'm going to rock in this game. So good stuff by everybody on this Phoenix and Denver game. We have 2 games, the other 2 series that are left, and that is Miami, New York, and then Lakers and Golden State. I don't want to go first this time. I don't want to go first. I want to go last, or I want to go in the middle or something. But first, I'm gonna kick it to Bobano. The Heat and the Knicks. Can New York punch back? Can they even things up in this series? And LA Golden State should be a hell of a game. Tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah, they better hope so, New York, because if they go down 2-0 back to South Beach, that's trouble, especially with the extreme confidence the Heat are playing with. And it was one thing for them to rip through a Milwaukee team that had its share of issues in the first round. Giannis wasn't healthy. Giannis missed games in the first round, but I wasn't totally convinced it would carry over, especially into game 1. I guess you could say it didn't, because actually the Knicks had a good start. But no, in the second half, Miami just came to life. Gabe Vincent's playing the best basketball I've ever seen out of him. I mean, it's just been spectacular, and he was amazing in the second half for the Miami Heat yesterday. Bam had a huge performance offensively, 16 points, and he, of course, gives you the rebounds as usual. Jimmy Butler, it was a quiet 25 points, but, he still made some big-time shots. And, old man winner Kyle Lowry turned back the clock with 18 big points, for the Miami Heat in the Game 1 victory. So, it's tough to step in front of Miami again, but I'm going to do it because I stuck by my convictions that the Knicks could win this series, and it's a Knicks spot all the way. And we already have seen the money move on the Knicks. It opened 5.5 up to 7 now, is what I'm seeing here on New York. But it's got to be for the Knicks. It's got to be a spot for them to tie the series and show themselves. And because if they go down 2-0, they're going to be in some big trouble. And let's be honest, they did have a good first half. But unfortunately, in the second half, you mean Eric Spoelstra out-coached somebody after halftime? I've never seen that before. Man, it happened again yesterday in that game. He's just a phenomenal head coach. We all know that since he's been here with Miami, and that's no disrespect to Tibbs, but Tibbs is going against the Neanderthal in the last round, Mike Budenholzer. Mike Budenholzer can't even shine Eric Spoelstra's shoes. So as far as I'm concerned, this is going to be a much taller coaching challenge in terms of adjustments. It's game to game, quarter to quarter, coming out of halftime for Thibodeau, going up against Spoelstra here in this series. And look, you could just clearly see why he's a great coach. Miami was a different team in the second half. They made their adjustments. They were great. So what I'm going to do here, though, is I do trust New York here in a spot where they need the game. I'm going to go with a first quarter. I'm going to do more on the first quarter and the first half, because my problem was yesterday I split between the first half and the full game. I probably should have put more on the first 24 minutes, but I think you'll get the strong start from the Knicks in game 2, just like you got in game 1, with the hope that they'll be able to sustain it better for 48 minutes, something they weren't able to do, obviously, in game 1. And plus, we'll have to see if Julius Randle's ready to play again. He's missed the last few games. Let's see what his status is going into game 2. But I like the Knicks first quarter, first half, full game, but I like the first quarter and the first half a little bit more. I'll have a little bit more money on those 2 looks there. And then Lakers-Warriors, I really want to sit back and watch game 1 before I make a move. One thing I'm not going to do, though, and I said this earlier, you're talking about a Warriors team that in 19 non-NBA Finals playoff series, they've won all 19. Every first-round series, every second-round series, every conference finals. They've lost, 1 or 2 NBA Finals, and that's the only series they've lost in the postseason when they make the playoffs, Golden State. So good luck going against that track record. I'm not thrilled going against it. That's for damn sure. But the Lakers will pose a threat. The Lakers are playing with confidence. There is a part of me that worries, can AD get through the series healthy? Because how much gas does LeBron still have in the tank? He really had to extend himself against Memphis. They pissed him off. They poked the bear, Dylan Brooks in particular, and he elevated his game for the Lakers in that series. He's going to have to do it times 10, even more. He's going to have to go above and beyond even what he did against Memphis here in this series against Golden State, which is an all-time great basketball team. With what they've been able to do year after year. So, but the Lakers won't be a pushover. They will give the Warriors a battle. It's just difficult for me to step in front of Golden State when this core of Clay, Steph, Draymond, and Coach Kerr, they have never lost a series in the first 3 rounds of the NBA playoffs. And you're going to try to tell me, yeah, let's take a short price like the Lakers for the series as an underdog against them. Golden State's laying a perfectly reasonable number for the series price, if you ask me, and I'm not stepping in front of that. As for game 1, it's going to be interesting. The Lakers, have had actually a little bit of a rest advantage here, believe it or not, because the Warriors had to finish Sunday with game 7 against Sacramento. But Warriors only laying 4.5 at home. I mean, that doesn't feel like a number I'm interested enough to take the Lakers. What my hope is Golden State buries them in game 1. Maybe we come back and take the Lakers plus points in game 2. I do think it's a competitive series. Just don't really feel great about going against a team that has never once lost a series outside of the NBA Finals in the playoffs with this core.
A lot of strong opinions there. A lot of different opinions there from Bobano, and I like half of what he was saying. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna like what somebody else has to say about it either. So I want to go to my guy Wham Bam, man. Talk to me, Wham Bam. What are we gonna do with Miami and New York, and then of course Lakers Warriors? Talk to me nice.
You said it. My boy Babana talked about it though. We going right back to that first half. That's what we did have yesterday. So we're gonna go right back to the first half, -4.5. It's official play for me. I locked that in already. That's just I already know, and I'm gonna be on that. I think Julius Randle probably has a little better chance of playing it again if he doesn't play. I don't think the line moves too much. You seen it when he was announced out last time. It did kind of overreact, but it went right back to where it was before the news. So yeah, I don't think it's that much of a deal. I think that you're going to continue to see love come in with the Knicks. They're loved. A lot of people love betting them, of course. So you're still going to get the public crap and, the public side and all that bullshit towards the Knicks love there. But I think the Heat, man, come on, bro. I mean, I could continue to say the same shit, right? And then here come Gabe Vincent. I could say the same shit to the next game, and then it'd be Strus or some shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always something like that with this damn team. But the fact that Jimmy Butler is probably going out, you know what I'm saying? Now, I do like that he was telling the damn refs that he love them and shit. He appreciate the refs after the calls. Because, bitch, you getting them calls from the ref, dog. That shit is annoying. But at the same time, I think the Knicks get one. They hold it down at the house. they already did what they had to do as far as the Heat to make this a series already. So, they're gonna fold at the house one of those games as well. Somebody said BBL Lowry in the chat. That was funny as hell. I forgot who did. That was funny. I just forgot to mention that. I just thought I should mention that. But as far as this game, that's the only way I'm going to be betting here. It's going to take the first half Knicks. I didn't. I bet the series last game as far as for them to win that game and win the series. I want to do the same thing in this game. Probably double it up, but I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna just stick to betting these guys game by game here. Stay away from betting the future on this series here. I'm just gonna stick to the Knicks first half, and that'll be it in that game. But let's talk about it, bro. This is what we wanted. This is what the NBA wanted. Right?
Let the Laker propaganda begin.
This is what the NBA wanted. They wanted us to go straight on camera and talk. And look, KC is nowhere near. None of our fellow Warriors fans in the chat. They're never going to be in the chat this series because AD is going to go crazy on them, man. Y'all think Looney is really the shit, huh? Y'all like Looney, don't y'all? Now they like Looney. He get 20 rebounds. Now they like Looney. Listen, man, AD is always going to cook them because they got Draymond out there. They got Looney. They don't really have the guys to do so. One of the things that pissed me off about the Warriors is that they should have drafted LaMelo. They wouldn't have had to deal with this Poole guy. But the fact that Poole continues to not play up, and you need Steph to go 50, you know what I'm saying, to go crazy on these guys in that last game, that ain't really good. That ain't going to be sustainable, especially if you got Rui Hachimura continue to go over his 9.5 points in the next game. He's going to go over that point total. So I haven't locked that in yet, but I'm looking at the props here, what I like in this game. I do like Rui, and I like that they have those three guys as far as LeBron, Rui, and AD practicing on the other side of the court. Like they have some special assignment. They just going to try to pound these guys down low, just like they did the Grizzlies. I think that's just going to be just too easy game plan for him to just try to get these guys take advantage down low. So I think the Lakers are going to be able to hold it down there. I think they said Kevin Chamberlain. That's what Martinez. This is hilarious. Stop it, bro. Hey, if Looney has a great game in this series, don't get me wrong, I would not be surprised. I got to give Looney love. He does live. He is from LA. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a good game. I'll just start off there. But the Lakers have covered the last 3 times we played these guys. And we did win in the playoff when it was that type of intensity. But I will say this. This is a different type of series. This is not going to be the other series that we see because it's going to be marquee. They're going to really build this shit up. They're going to fly out whoever ref they needed to make this shit happen. They're going to do whatever they have to do to make this a good series. So it will be that. But the Lakers will win at the end of the day. I think the Lakers are going to hold it down. Lakers series plus 125. I'll put that in there. I think we win game 1. That's the reason why I put that in there already. I think there's going to be another chance that the Warriors are going to go up in the series as well. Possibly beat us at home, somewhere crazy shit like that. So I'm going to play it game by game as well. I'm going to hop on this Lakers. I'm going to hop on this Lakers minus a +4, possibly, or sometime in the first half. I'm thinking about doing it in the first half. I think we start off early in this game and maybe trick it off at the end. But I think the Lakers. I think the Lakers series prices, which is what I'm going to give out today because I have no action yet. So I think I'm not going to give that first half out. But I love that first half, bro. Shout out to KC though. This is a whole Lake Show channel. Listen, I'm not trying to convert my boy. I'm not trying to convert him. But let's be real. Y'all know AD is going to be a problem. AD is going to be a problem. He is built tough. Yeah, he is built tough. You're right. I'm going to be quiet there. But this is what I will say, though.
Usually he's built like a porcelain doll.
He ain't.
At least, yeah.
But I will say this, though, Bebeto, I want to ask everyone this question. Is it weird or concerning that he didn't fall the last game? He didn't fall the whole game. Like, they whooping everybody. They whooping their ass. He fell every other game this season. You know what I mean? But he just chose, like, this is a closeout game. I'm not going to fall today. Like, he didn't fall. Maybe he's not falling against these guys, too. So,
Anthony Davis didn't
plus
fall.
125, though. Plus 125. Plus 125 on the series price is what I'm locking in officially. As far as anything else, I'm probably going to have to tweet that out. But I do like the Lakers' first half. That's going to be it, though. But, hey, Dutch, man, I'm sorry, bro. Am I lying or am I flying? But did he fall? Did he fall that last game? He didn't fall, bro.
Man, shit. I just know that we put it. That shit was one of the best games because I really didn't have to pay too much attention to it. It was just easy motherfucking money. So I don't know if the motherfucker fell or not. To be quite honest with you, what I do know is the motherfucking Lakers Grizzlies fell real motherfucking hard, and I was happy to see that. What I will say about the first game is the Knickerbockers, man. I'm not laying set. The way the Heat are playing right now, the confidence they have. I might have to go to the window with the 7, even though it's a Knickerbocker spot all the way. If I see a touchdown out there, man, I still think the Knicks will win the game. I don't know if they're gonna be. I don't think they're a good enough basketball team to punk Miami like that. And Miami got a chip right now. We know Spo. Maybe they go in there with the mentality they got one and they did their job, but I wouldn't put it past Miami to show up in New York. I don't know. People think they're better without Julius Randle. I mean, I don't know. Julius is a big piece to me. Obi Toppin, it takes off the bench when you start him now, so now it lightens up the bench. And our boy Wham Bam said it, man. These guys just come out of nowhere, man. Gabe it's one of them, They push the right buttons. Jimmy's locked the fuck in. Kyle Lowry's playing about as good as basketball as we've seen since back in fucking Toronto when he was actually doing something. So I mean, they don't even look like they missed Tyler Hero when I watched the game, especially in the second half. So Duncan Robinson is knocking down shots like he was a couple years ago. I'm not stepping in front of Miami. I'm not outside of Jalen Brunson and the heart that Josh Hart shows, the way he plays. I'm not really too impressed with anything there for the Knickerbockers. Obi played okay, but I just don't trust the Knicks overall. So no way I'm laying 7. I don't give a fuck how good of a spot it is for the Knicks. You like them early. If you like the Knicks, I probably would go with them early as they cashed in game 1 as well, first quarter, first half. The second game, I love that. I absolutely love this series as a fan. As a sports bettor, this is what we're here for, man. This is going to be great. I think this series could go either way. I think you could nitpick either side. That's probably why it's plus 125, Warriors minus 150. You can make a case for either way. Where's the value at, right? In my opinion, I do believe the home court comes an advantage here. I don't think the Lakers win in Golden State. Now, if someone gets banged up, then that obviously changes. I think the home court comes here an advantage, and obviously the perimeter. I didn't see it outside of game 1. The Lakers can't fucking knock down perimeter shots. I mean, D'Angelo Russell gets hot, yeah. LBJ, I mean, let that motherfucker shoot. Like, just let him shoot a 3. That's all you should do because he can't buy buckets. I just think, like, overall, they don't have enough shooters. I think it's going to come back to not having enough shooters. And I do believe the best player on the court will be Steph Curry. Outside of injury, I think the Warriors get it done in 7 at the crib. But I'm intrigued with this series because I've always picked LeBron over Curry in these series. I always thought LeBron is just night and day a better player than Curry. But I think he's getting a little bit older. I think they're relying a little too much on AD. And I don't know if that's the guy you want to rely on for 7 motherfucking basketball games. I'm just keeping it real. And obviously, I do think they can win this series. I do believe they can win this series. I just don't know if they will win a game in Golden State. So I like the Warriors game 1 minus 4. It's good money, that's for sure. I definitely believe the Warriors carry the momentum into from Sacramento, and you're going to get a very good game from the Warriors game 1. We'll see about game 2, but I'm really intrigued with this series because I do believe, if Russell plays like he did with Kyrie on the motherfucking side, if I'm LBJ. If I run the show, I'm saying Kyrie, please come to every motherfucking basketball game, goddamn it. Because hey, in your favorites, boys, you need Kyrie out there. Because D'Angelo, good lord, he turned into another motherfucking man out there when he seen Kyrie trying to take his spot. Him all hugging LBJ. He said, "Let me show you something. Let me show you." So yeah, man, if that D'Angelo Russell, if that D-Lo shows up, hey, you might be in some trouble because we know Curry's lacking one thing, and that's some motherfucking defense. So I'm intrigued with this. I like the Warriors game 1. Very good series. If the Warriors stay healthy, I believe they get it done at the crib in 7. But man, it might be LBJ's time. We know the NBA wants to see LBJ in the finals one more time. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it happens. I'm very excited to watch this series. Warriors game 1 minus 4 is the look.
All right. I kind of figured he'll be going that route. He's liking the Warriors in game 1. Let me start back here. Heat and Knicks. I can only bet this one way, and that is to bet the Knicks. I mean, you already had a couple players out for the Heat. Now you have Jimmy Butler a little bit banged up with his ankle. Um, and just the spot for the Knicks, you cannot go on the road down 0-2. That is a death sentence for the series. Like you're done. You're toast. So I think because of that, you get max effort for the full 48 minutes. I think they come out swinging like they did in that last game, like they always do, especially at home. And I think that they'll be able to sustain it for this one game. I think Miami will be a little more satisfied that they've already, stole one on the road. They did what they had to do. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Butler doesn't even play in this game. So Knicks, hopefully they can hit a couple more 3 pointers because that's what I think they'll have to do. And I see this line dropping right now. It's coming back down. And I was gonna maybe play this one earlier. And the reason I didn't was because I saw the pictures. Jimmy Butler is walking around town and doing this and doing that. That doesn't mean he's gonna be running good. Doesn't mean he's gonna be moving laterally good. So just seeing if I can get the best of the number, but I'm pretty sure I like the Knicks on a trifecta in that one. Um, just really the spot play, like I said. Then this next one,
Randall Rule
um,
questionable.
Randall questionable. Okay, that too would also drop the line, so I can understand that too. But I don't really care if Randall's out there or not. Um, I care more if Jimmy's out there. I'll tell you that. And if
I
Jimmy's
said Bronson.
100%, that's who
Bronson
I
is
care about.
questionable too. Bronson is questionable
Okay,
too.
I'll pump the
I know you
brakes.
care
I
about
go
that.
ahead and
You care about
I go
that.
ahead and say,
But
hold on now. I'll be waiting until game time to see if Brunson's out there. I'm
no,
not putting a
Jalen.
cent on the Knicks if I don't know Jalen's out
No,
there.
no,
Well,
exactly.
So
no.
25 points yesterday, by the way, in the loss for him. Yeah.
yeah, that's a no go. So I appreciate you shouting that out for me. I will be on the sidelines until I know for sure he's in the game. Lakers Warriors, um, really fun, exciting series. I'm probably honestly going to be going live and just watching and live betting and hanging out with whoever wants to hang out with these games because I feel like it's going to be extremely fun. Now, with that said, also I gotta say I'm happy. Nobody can call me biased in this series, right? Because I like both of these teams. That's all y'all say all year long. You want to see who
Yep.
I'm gonna pick, so it's no bias out of this series. Golden State. Y'all know I always say they are dominant at home. They do not lose at home, especially in the playoffs. I still feel that way, but I also feel like if anything, if there's a chance for them to lose at home, it's in this first game. I mean, I feel like they played an extremely tough first round versus the Kings. I mean, everybody saw it. The last 2 games, these guys are exhausted. Like everybody's exhausted. They're out here missing free throws. You can see it in, just all you can see it on everybody. Um, so I think it's more of a Lakers spot. Like the Lakers were running on fumes too. But they got the win in that last game. Now they're able to get a little bit of rest for LeBron and Anthony Davis, and I think that rest is the key factor for this first game. And also, you don't even have to rely just on the star players for this Lakers team anymore. LeBron doesn't even have to be the main guy. You can have everybody is contributing. Reeves is more than capable of playmaking, of scoring, and running the show. Rui, he's coming into his own. He's scoring the ball from all 3 levels. Um, I love what Vanderbilt brings defensively. He'll probably be assigned to, I would think, Steph. Um, and I like what he's going to bring for us defensively as well. And I like the Lakers more than Golden State defensively in general. That's number one. And then when I just think about the offense, I feel like right now there's more guys that I can trust to go get a bucket for the Lakers than guys that I can go trust to get a bucket for Golden State. Only people I really trust to go, create and get a bucket for themselves or for others is Jordan Poole and Steph Curry. I mean, I do trust Draymond to play make, but that's, not taking nobody and doing it for himself. So I just look at all of that stuff, and I think the Lakers should win this series. I think you're getting a decent price at the plus 130 price. I get everything about the history of Golden State, but LeBron got history too. The Lakers have history too. And throughout this whole run, Golden State has never faced LeBron on the West Coast or the Lakers. So just a little bit of a different test here. And I would only look towards the Lakers to win the series. As far as just the first game, like I said, I think it's a Lakers spot. You're giving them 4.5 points. I think this is their best chance to win on the road throughout the entire series. So if they're going to win the series, that's what they got to do. So I like the Lakers here. As far as the total, um, I trust both of these teams to score. I guess I'll start with Golden State. For one, off of that long, tough series, I just don't know how interested they're going to be in playing defense for this game. Like, it might be one of these games where they kind of just they see if they can win it. If they don't, they kind of punt it and just let their legs catch up, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that means, not a whole lot of effort on the defensive end. So the Lakers, I think we'll see a kind of game like how we saw in that first one where they played Memphis, where it flew over the total. And then as the series progresses and they see the adjustments they can make and how they can defend them, then you might start to see some of those lower scoring games. So this first one, I'm liking the over right now. I'm liking the Lakers plus the points. And I think the Lakers are the right side on the series. Any pushback from anybody.
I'm with D.
Let the you're a
Martinez.
homer, you're biased, and all
Absolutely.
that.
D. Martinez is right, bro. You disrespecting Wiggs, bro. I was just thinking, like, you disrespecting him.
Yeah, Wiggins is the X factor. He gives you 20 points consistently in this series. Warriors are winning the series. That's all
if he finds his game, who stop? If you got Vanderbilt guarding Steph, Wiggins going to do whatever the fuck he wants, but he has to have the confidence. Like, he can't be hesitant. So, and we know he has that game. We didn't necessarily see it. And
here's the thing too: if this gets to Game 7 in Golden State, like, you're really going to think that the Lakers could go into Golden State in a Game 7 situation and beat Steph and Clay and Draymond and Steve Kerr with an older LeBron, AD, and Darvin Green eggs and ham? Come on. I mean, that to me, that's an edge Golden State. If it comes down to Game 7 with these two teams in Golden State, I'd have a hard time thinking Lakers win that game.
I think my boy said it though, man. I trust a lot more ball handlers on the side with the Lakers. I trust D'Lo better. I trust Rui better. I trust Dennis Schroeder better than I trust Jordan Poole. You seen him puddling. He was puddling last game. Just game before he puddled the whole season. The reason why they win 7 games, bro. It's the reason why everybody's tired.
The pool got drained. It was a nice little itty bitty little puddle. That's about it.
I mean, I remember in the offseason, I wanted that white Dante kid, man. Dante looking trash out there too. He looking slow. Like he getting cooked, looking too slow. I mean,
I'm not impressed with the bench. I mean, I agree. Like, I mean,
don't let Clank show up. Don't let Clank show up. That's all I'm saying. If you don't got Clay, if you let Clank show up, it's over.
If AD gonna show up and play you,
because AD gonna show up,
30 minutes, 35 minutes a game and play dominant basketball, the Lakers win this series. That's just a big if to me.
And we know who's gonna, we know I trust Reeves over everybody on their squad. Really, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't Steph, bro, I trust him. I trust Reeves, bro. I trust him. Come on, bro. They put his points prop in the semis at 16.5, bro. The books trust him too.
Rui did have a nice
the books trust him too, bro.
Let me ask a question here.
We can all agree on one thing. This is a hell of an intriguing series. And this is going to be a good series. It's going to be a long series. It's going to be a competitive series. I think
I'm just betting that AD doesn't stay healthy this series. I just don't believe he will. I believe Draymond and Mooney are going to bang his ass up. I'm sorry. I don't wish injury on nobody, but that's just what
crazy.
I see.
You're not making money with
guys,
that.
And also the chat. I want the chat to answer too. Which team do you trust to win more without their star player performing well? Is it the Lakers without LeBron scoring a lot of points, or is it the Warriors without Steph Curry scoring a lot of points? Which team do you trust more?
Right, I trust the Lakers, but who's like I mean, they're stars, but Steph's on another level than LeBron right now.
Okay, so it's not only going to be Steph. You can't beat this.
I agree, but I'm not I'm not that high on AR-15 like you. I mean, he's solid, but I don't want to be counting on his ass. Now, the way Clay has been playing, I'm with you. Like, Schroeder, though, come on, man. Schroeder, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm trusting him that well. And Rui, come the fuck on. Like, he had one solid series. He looking good, but I don't trust that motherfucker. And I definitely don't trust the best player on your team to stay healthy, and that's Anthony Davis.
I gotta say one more
Man.
thing too, because I got Casey texting me on the side, man. This Lakers team, man, like the Warriors, they struggling with a Kings team that play absolutely no defense. What are they gonna
Talk
do when they
about
play a
it.
team that clamps? What are they gonna do? They struggling with a
the
team that
one
can't
thing.
stop a soul.
Lakers
They
have come
win
a long
7
way
games,
defensively,
bro. They
but
win
Golden
7
State's going to put
games.
that to the test, though. Golden State will put that to the test.
They win 7 games. Y'all think the Kings beat them over there in Golden State? Y'all don't think the Lakers could do it? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Lakers better than the Kings, y'all. Just letting y'all know. Newsflash. This is not the same Lakers that started the season. It's not the same Lakers that started the season. I know y'all want to hold those grudges. These are not the same Lakers, bro.
I thought they
Yesterday's
wanted
price,
to throw Rob Pelinka
not
in the
today's
garbage dump.
price.
Laker fans at the beginning of the year. Now they're ready to sing his praises, saying, "Look at the
I'm
team
just
he's
saying,
put together."
man.
I mean,
Y'all
you
know
can't have it
I
both
done lost
ways.
enough money with the Lakers, bro. I done lost enough money with the Lakers over the last few years.
No, yeah.
It's lobster season, y'all. I'm sorry, man. Put your bibs on. Put your bibs on, bro.
If AD stays healthy, you guys gonna win the series. I believe that because I do believe that the lack of defense from definitely the backcourt. You know, Steph and Clay, man, they're not stopping nobody. So D-Lu could attack that absolutely. You know, but to me, it comes down to AD. You got to get 25, 15 out of AD. Is he gonna do that all series? If he does, then y'all gonna win.
We shall see.
Shout
Like
out
I
to
said, it's
everybody
gonna be
in
the
the
most.
chat.
Yeah, shout out to chat. It's gonna be real interesting, and this is why I'm saying this gonna be one of them series, one of them games where I'm trying to go live and watch the whole thing with whoever want to watch it with me, because I'm gonna be live betting. I'm gonna be talking some shit. So I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, the
It's a
Lakers
time of the
did steal
show.
game 1 in Memphis too. So I mean, you know, you guys might be onto something, but I'm not fading the Warriors at the crib. I got to see it.
Step up in
Actually,
coaching for Ham too, and that's why I was serious
oh
about
yeah,
that when I brought it up. Taylor Jenkins isn't a wart on Steve Kerr's backside from a coaching standpoint. So this is going to be a much taller order right now here in this round for Mr. Ham.
good points.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
It's that time of the show, man. We went pretty thorough on everything here today, but is there? We're gonna talk about the best bets. We need one from everybody that we like, maybe a little bit more than the rest here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Dutchy first this time. I'm interested to see which one is his favorite. Is it the hat? What you going with here, Dutch?
Yeah, man. Hey, real quick, our guy BJ says, "Who's stopping AD?" That's the whole fucking point, bro. He's gonna stop himself. It's either him or it's good money. You know, it really is. He's either gonna stop himself or he gonna bust ass. You know, that's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody stopping him. He stopped his damn self. But for tonight, hey, bro, we're going to motherfucking Denver. It's mile motherfucking high. It's good money, man. -4, 4.5. Get what you can get because we getting a motherfucking bag. Believe it. Denver Nuggets -4. It's good money.
All right, Denver -4 is the freshest look for our guy Dutch.
Yeah.
Obano, what you looking at here today as a best bet for the people?
For best bet for me, I'm going right back to Denver, and I see 229 with this total, and I like it. Phoenix and Denver over 229 for best bet. Game 2, look, it went over in game 1. The Suns didn't even shoot the ball well from 3 and didn't even take a ton of threes. There's going to be some better offensive execution from them, but at the same time, I don't think they can stop the Denver's 1-2 punch. Denver got a lot of their supporting cast to step up. Denver just scores in points in bunches at home. They've done it all year. I don't think the Suns are stopping that. Points both ways. So give me the Suns and the Nuggets over 229 for best bet.
I like it. I like it a lot. Wham bam. How you feeling with a best bet? I
Man.
have a feeling it's gonna be a prop.
Nah, we're gonna keep it for today. We're gonna keep it for today. We're gonna ride with my boy Dutch with the hat. You know why? You know what I'm saying? Because it's the mile high, and that boy Devin and Booker and KD is all they got. The layup boy, he ain't gonna make no shot. Fuck that motherfucker, man. Fuck Aiden. We taking a -4 with Denver Nuggets, bro.
Yeah, man.
All right. We got Dutch and Wham linking up on the best bets. I'm gonna ride with my guy Babana, but we're gonna chop it in half. I like the first half over between the Suns and the Nuggets. I got 110.5. I would still take it 111.5. I think they cleared that number rather easily. I appreciate you guys, Dutch, Babana, Wham, for taking the time to come talk with me as always. And like I say, the chat, you guys are the best, man. You guys have us dying all show long. You guys make it
Great
even more
chat.
entertaining. And a lot of good information there to win some wagers. So appreciate that from you guys as well. And if you guys appreciate the show, if you guys like the show, hit the like button. It does help us out quite a bit. And if you want to know whenever we go live, hit the subscribe button and they will let you know. Dutchy, help us get out of here, man.
Yeah, man. Salute to them real ones holding us down in the chat. Rick White, AOD, Jay, Big Lucci, Star Child. Good to see you, my dude. Top Set, as always. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.